Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are, welcome to my channel. So this is the third time I'm recording this, trying to see how I can, first couple times I did, it was limited ads, and then I tried again, it got flagged again. I want to beat this YouTube algorithm because it's not going to reach very many ears if it has the limited ads. It's not going to be recommended as much. It kind of sucks. But Kamala Harris is out. She is done. Her presidential bid is over. Now, she's saying it's because she couldn't raise enough funds, which, yeah, it shows that she couldn't raise enough funds. She only had like a 3.4% rating nationally. It's pretty low. I believe Tulsi Gabbard had 7%. I don't remember nationally. Uh, Definitely Tulsi Gabbard was a contributing factor. She did kind of hold her to her Tulsi Gabbard held Kamala Harris to her past actions. Definitely a little caveat later on here that I'll get into in a second on why it kind of sucks when I hear things like this. Kamala Harris is ending her presidential bid and suspending her campaign, she announced on Tuesday. In a statement, the Democratic senator from California explained she did not have enough funding to continue her run for the White House, calling it one of the hardest decisions of my life. And she has made over the last few days, and one she's made only over the last few days. Harris said her campaign simply doesn't have the financial resources we need to continue. Her quote, "I'm not a billionaire. I can't fund my own campaign," she said. And as the campaign has gone on, it has become harder and harder to raise the money we need to compete. Now, pause right there for a second. I find it a little bit sad that we have to consider money as part of the election. And it kind of makes sense on why money is free speech. On why money is free speech when you think about it, because look, Tulsi Gabbard had a very low approval rating nationally, 3.4%. If she had a higher approval rating, people would be donating to her now, wouldn't they? And she would have a lot more money. It's weird how, when you think about it, money is kind of free speech in today's age. Do I believe money should be free speech? No, of course not. I don't. I don't believe money should have anything to do with the election. I believe a poor farmer from Podunk with great ideas should be allowed to come forward, share his great ideas, and people be like, you know what? We want that person as president because his ideas are fantastic. That's the way it should be, ideally. But now, in today's day and age, it's you need money for advertising. And if people like you, they'll give money at you so you can advertise, right? I'm just, it's crazy how they have stated money is free speech and they ruled it as free speech. And in a sense, money has become election free speech. Whoever has the most money is liked more. Now, I know. You got billionaires that are going to throw that whole thing off there. I know, I understand that. But that's why you have the end all two and why it's so hard for the little guy to come up, because you got the end all two. You got two camps, the Republican and the Democratic base, and they're billionaires on both sides throw the whole thing off, and the little people in the middle are like screwed. She continued, "In good faith, I can't tell you, my supporters and volunteers, that I have a path forward if I don't believe I do. So to you, my supporters, it is with deep regret, but also with deep gratitude, that I am suspending my campaign today." And it's no surprise, you can't laugh at incarcerating people. It's not, it's people's lives. Have respect. Um, the thing that gets me about this whole article is the whole money thing, how money is such a deciding factor, and how money is also a catalyst for you to find out who is most liked. Because if you're not liked, people aren't going to give you money for your campaign. And if people like you, they're going to give you money for your campaign. You see how absolutely logically absurd that is. It's absurd. It's unbelievable. But here it is happening. Money elects. Because if you're unlikable, you ain't getting no money. Oh, the future of politics is going to be interesting. We'll skip a little bit here. I'll read this next paragraph right down here, starting here. Harris had begun her campaign in a commanding position with a crowd of about 20,000. Yes, and that's when she was saying, I am a top tier candidate. I am top tier. Okay. With a crowd of about 20,000 showing up after her kickoff rally in Oakland in late January. Her campaign at its inception seemed to show the capacity for growth, and she was viewed as a top-tier candidate. She called herself a top-tier candidate. When she confronted Joe Biden about his stance on federal busing in the first presidential debate, it boosted her candidacy. But within days, her own views on busing became somewhat muddled. Down here, let's see. Biden responded. I can skip another couple. Going to be down here to Biden. Biden responded to the news of her departure from the race by calling her a first-rate intellect, a first-rate candidate, and a solid person who is loaded with talent. Yeah, and she had to back out. And of course, there are calls now. What's the hot off the press Democratic call to arms now? That it's a bunch of white dudes up there now again. So yeah, obviously that was going to come into the picture. We can't escape this world without somebody bringing up the race. But what are you going to do? You can please some of the people all the time. You can please all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people some of the time. And if you know who said that, comment down below. Show your smarts. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Off the top of your head, who said it? You can please some of the people all the time. You can please all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. Anyways, I hope I have pleased you. I hope I have brought some understanding or some insight or at least some thought or started a discussion. Comment, like, subscribe. Help me with this video. I love you guys. You guys are beautiful. You guys are awesome. You guys mean a lot. And going through the work and trouble to bring you my point of view and start a discussion and maybe enlighten somebody somewhere is pretty cool. But this is all stuff we should talk about and think about. I'll see you guys on the next one.